Hello everybody and welcome back to Birch-Koala Crew's commentary of Pokemon Yellow. Oh, and we are at part 4. This is DoctorJhonReborn.
And I'm Shank02.
And as you can see, we still have our current blah from my part, so there's no worries about that. And today, outside of that, we are venturing through Mount Moon, the first dungeon in this part, which I also like to subtitly call, well, Editing Nightmare, the part. Ay. Because people, let's just say with the current setup, I have to use a certain member of our current team in this bloody cave quite a bit, which means I have to edit in quite a bit of stuff, so yeah. I think it should become pretty clear what I'm talking about during this recording, but anywho, our first encounter in Mount Moon, and just about in any goddamn game in this cave, there we go, said it correctly, is a Zubat. Pokemon that, honestly, for the first 2 generations wasn't that good, but honestly, ever since Generation 5, I love this little thing.
Wait, are you saying you loved it or hate it in a subliminal kind of way?
Let's just get the naming out of the way because, well, I guess you can see where this is going. Yeah, I couldn't resist. Also decided to use the googly eye Batman there because I thought that the series, although could have been a little bit more hilarious, I thought the googly eyes kinda emphasis on what's really going on in my head. But anywho, yeah, Zubat. I honest to God actually liked the damn thing from Generation 5 onwards because the thing is, Zubat, the line itself, especially after Generation 2 where they got their final form, the Crobat, they aren't exactly bad Pokemon. The problem with the first 2 generations is just that you get them way too early in the game. Because the thing is from the... if you caught Zubat just a little bit higher level than they are in this game, they actually would start having some pretty competent moves later on. It's just that in Generation 1 and 2, you caught them always... You had a chance to cut them way too fucking early in the game, so training them just got a little bit obnoxious, and that's why people didn't really like them. But honestly, since Generation 5 introduced a hell of a lot of new ways to basically train your Pokemon, you must as well increase their happiness quite easily. I honestly came to like the friggin' Zubat line a lot more from that point on. And yes, we are still going with that goddamn joke. Goddammit, I started and I will fucking go with it till it's fucking dead and buried.
Now that you mention it, I actually want to see someone, like, cosplay as a Nidoking but wearing, like, King Harkinian's gown and stuff.
That would
like,
be...
they don't have to have, like, the whole Nidoking suit, just like the Nidoking head and maybe a tail and arms or something like that, but like they have to wear like the king's clothing.
That would be win for the motherfucking big proportions. Anywho, we also get to pick up quite a bit of items here. And the thing is, well, honestly, this game isn't hard to navigate, and ooh, who's that fellow in black? Let's see.
Well, he's definitely not the man in black, we can tell that.
Yes, and he was insignificant, so I went away because that was our first introduction to Team Rocket, the villainous team of the the first generation of Pokemon games, and well, let's just say that everyone's already made the jokes about it, but fuck it, I might as well run it to the ground and hit it even deeper underground. They really have no fucking idea how to fucking use their Pokemon, because they always recycle like 3 same fucking Pokemon. It's either red, bad, or then the fucking thing that looks like a sick fucking tumor. It's pretty much somewhere between those 3. They never go away from that, so yeah, they're not effective. The villainous theme, but honestly, out of all the villainous theme in Pokemon, just to start a little bit of a conversation here, I honestly like them simply because they may be a little bit I simply like them because they're simple. Like, we're gangsters, we wanna make money, so we use Pokemon for our evil purposes. That's it. No fucking like reset the universe and rule everything. Not that kind of a bullshit. What about you? Do you have like favorite villainous team in Pokemon villain games?
I probably guess. Yeah, I'll probably have to just say, like, you know, maybe Team Rocket, because they're the more recognizable bunch of the villains in the whole Pokemon series.
Yeah, that.
Because, like, I mean, like, all the other not villain. Well, I don't know how you want to actually address them as, but, like, you know, like, I mean, like, Team Magma and Team Ocean or whatever. I don't know what they're called.
Aqua.
Like Aqua, that's it. Like I said, I never really did, right? Like, remember those guys as much.
Yeah, cause honestly, my problem with some of the other villainous team in later Pokemon games is that their plans just started to become either downright stupid or just a little bit over the head, in my opinion. Like, okay, the whole Generation 3 has to be my fucking favorite in terms of stupidity. Like, the one team wants to drown the world in fucking magma and fire. The other wants to drown it in water. Because they think somehow both humans and Pokemon benefit from that.
Ew.
Okay!
And then there was Team Plasma, aka Pokemon Peter.
Okay, actually, good you brought that up, because, okay, Team Plasma is actually kinda something that is kind of a close second to me right behind Team Rocket, because, okay, their plan was a little bit more involved than Team Rocket, but basically it was kind of the same thing. They just wanted to use Pokemon to boost up their own power and control, and they were a little bit more manipulative about that, like trying to convince people that freeing their Pokemon is the right thing to do, so I kinda like that, actually.
Like I said, to me, Team Plasma was like, you know, Peter, like, that Peter group or whatever the hell they're against animal violence, or, you know, trying to save whales and stuff.
Yeah, I understand.
Sometimes they even stole, like, what was the name? Bianca? They stole, like, they just went up and took her Pokemon off of her.
Bianca?
Yeah. Like, she had, what was that, I can't remember what Pokemon it was now. Generation 5 has been way too long for me. I can't remember what era, like, what Pokemon names are in that one.
Understandable, but yeah. Yep. Also, I have to bring it out, like, Team Galactic. Holy fucking shit, those guys were, like, way over their heads, because the plan was basically, like, grab the Pokemon that can both manipulate time, and the one that can manipulate space, have to destroy the universe and then reset the whole fucking thing. I'm like, okay, that's... You gotta have a really fucking good managerial plan for that, dude. You gotta have a really good design plan for that, because building a universe again isn't exactly the easy desk office job.
Yeah.
And you know,
Instant transmission?
no, yeah, it's kinda easy to tell that. Okay, admittedly, these aren't the most smoothest transitions, but then again, I started to get rather tired of these fucking encounters in this goddamn cave, so I decided, you know what, fuck it, let's just cut to somewhere near where I originally was before, because it really started to get monotone when every second Pokemon you encounter is either a bat or a fucking boulder with hands.
What about an Onyx?
You cannot actually run into wild Onyxes here, that's Rock Tunnel.
Ah. What a Clefairy.
Actually, yeah, you can run into Clefairies, but oddly enough, I actually didn't run into a single one in this. I usually run at least into one in one of those little tunnels you go down to, but in this recording, I didn't manage to run into even one of those things, so... But yeah, you can also catch Clefairies here if you wanna search for them a little bit. We got a Moonstone, that's gonna be pretty essential for a later member in the team, and this guy, as I like to call him, Brock.20, the weaker version. Because he uses the same Pokemon as Brock. Also, reason why I'm cutting back to this is, well...
Someone's getting an evolution.
Yup. And also something that displays my poor editing skills, because I tried to do my best to make a joke out of this, but... Well, just listen how well that fucking turned out.
Oh my god. Oh, that was amazing.
Glad you liked it. I admit, that was a little bit sloppy, but that was just about the best I could do.
My boy.
Oh god, you gave him a lower tone.
Yeah, I figured that was appropriate. Oh yes.
His balls dropped.
The joke has come even more fucking insane from this point out. God have mercy on my soul.
Oh crap, I just realized. Please, so you're not gonna make it him, like, even more based.
And now, here's something that's... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just about to say, like, I can imagine him in his final form now. He's just gonna have a really low bass. My boy.
Am I really that predictable?
Oh, I guess, maybe? Because Nidorino's balls can't drop then.
Well, okay, fuck it, Okay, if it was that obvious for you, then everyone else guessed, yes, that's gonna happen, so... Because like I said, I'm gonna fucking run that choke down into the ground until it's fucking bleeding to death.
And his fertilizer?
Well, if you wanna add insult to injury, then yes. And until it's paralyzed. Anyway, we encountered a Pokemon there that, actually, according to the official guide I had for this game quite a while back and still have, isn't even supposed to be in this game. In this cave. If in this version. Paras. But oddly enough, every single time I play the game, I always encounter at least one of those things in this game, so I don't know, maybe that's something whoever wrote the guide didn't realize to double check, or then it's some sort of a odd miscoding in the game.
You wanna have a clue?
Also, okay, this is like going way back, but when I did Pokemon Yellow Run on my own channel, like way fucking back, and I encountered Paras there too, I actually talked about this earlier, but Paris's name in Finnish language is really fucking misleading, by the way. Because if you pronounce the Paris name a little bit differently, it becomes the Finnish word for pest. So basically every single kid who encountered that, read the name, thought that was like the best Pokemon. Nope, no it isn't. So yeah, localization might sometimes save a lot of misconception. Then again, I cannot assume Game Freak we thought that far ahead as to think like something like Finnish language when they were doing this, so what can I do?
Yeah.
Anywho, we are beating this super nerd to gain a puzzle from here. Puzzle that won't come to play until much later in the game, at a point where honestly it isn't really that useful, to be honest.
Send out the free butter!
Yeah, actually... Okay, actually, this battle actually displays something that they also got rid after Generation 1. Like, see here. Here, Free Butter is weak to poison. This is because he's partially bug type. And in Generation 1, Bug is weak to poison. But I think in every single later generation, I think even in Generation 2, they got rid of that. Because these days, bugs aren't weak to poison. So that's kinda interesting. But the other reason why it's interesting is because it kinda also gives me a gateway to mention a kind of an interesting double typing glitch that's present at least in Pokemon Red and Blue versions. Because in Pokemon Red and Blue, Pokemons with double types had an odd little glitch to them that their secondary type would actually be their second type that really pretty much determines and overrides their strengths and weaknesses, so...
Hallelujah! Praise the Lord, Helix!
Honest to God, I wasn't thinking about that when I picked that thing. I just usually pick the Helix Voxel because, honestly, if you take the Dome Voxel, you can get a Kabuto, spoilers, later down in the road, but honestly, I like the Omanite a lot more than I do Kabuto, so I decided to go with that instead. And anywho, this being an anime-inspired game, Cameo!
Oh, hello.
This music doesn't fit them at all.
Yeah.
I would have put it in the Team Rocket team, but I don't know, I kinda have a feeling like the dubbing or the animation studio has pretty fucking strict restrictions on using that, so I didn't want to get a copyright strike. Bruce, you had one job. One job. And you fucked it up. Also, okay.
Bruce, you found me for a second time!
Okay, something about the...
I don't even know why I was going with that voice.
I'm not even gonna try to begin to guess, but actually something about rap, we already discussed how annoying that fucking movie is in Generation 1, but I have to give a point to Generation 1 on one thing. If you have rap, you can still switch another Pokemon and get rid of the rap effect that way. In later generation, if you have rap, you cannot even switch out your Pokemon, so...
Send out the king. Oh. Pikachu gets his... not Pikachu, Kimisu. That's it.
Yeah, I figured like... Okay, I could have jizzed it out and just sent King Harkinian to deal with this fucking peasant cat, but... I figured he's already gotten a little bit too much screen time in this, so let's give someone else a shot. But yeah, got Jesse and James.
Jesse and James. Wow, that was actually perfectly synchronized on my end there.
Unintentional, I was just about to say that they really aren't too big of a threat, it's just that they... well, they don't quite level up with you, but chances are usually that when you're at this point, their Pokemon are just about as strong as you are, so that can be a little bit troublesome. Especially if you don't have a full team to use.
My boy.
And also, I gotta give Jesse and James credit, like, you know, they have determination, and that's to try and get a fucking yellow mouse. Where, like, couldn't they just, like, get another Pikachu somewhere else?
Everyone was made that joke, everyone's come to that same conclusion, but nope. For some reason, this one rat under the sun is so special they have to get it. Just so they can, quote-unquote, get their respect of their boss, who still treats them like complete shit, because I swear to God, Giovanni only gives them, like, the equivalent of cleanup duties.
I can't actually remember, but I think Giovanni in one of the later generations of the Pokemon thing, like, he actually did sack him, and then, like, I think James called up Giovanni or saying, you know, like, we're, like, blah blah, like, you know, like a status report or whatever it was, and then Giovanni, after he's finished having a talk with him, he turns around and he's like, who are those guys again? I can't remember.
I think I've seen that. I think I've seen that scene somewhere out of context, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like, that's... when I imagine that shit, like, they go through all this shit for years. And then when they go to do something as mundane as give a report to their boss, the bastards cannot even fucking remember then. That's gonna be a one fucking big punch to the face.
No, it was it that way. He sacked them and just didn't remember who they were. Like, they didn't even get the status, like, their, like, you know, what's it called? Resonate. Fuck, I can't think of what it is called. You know, like,
resignation? Yeah,
that's it. Like, they probably weren't given their, notice of that.
Huh.
I think that, like, to me, that's what might have happened. Like,
well, in that case,
just, kicked them off of Team Rocket and they had no idea that they were kicked off.
Maybe. In that case, Team Rocket is really fucking disorganized and really bad at their paperwork. God damn. Well, I guess
Is Team Rocket still around during the later generations of the anime? I can't remember now.
Yeah, I think... yeah, they are still around in Generation 5. Like, to the season that imitates Generation 5, and they... well, okay, I don't really know about Generation 6. I know that Jesse and James are, of course, active, so I assume that they are still around in Generation 6 too. Actually, in Generation 5, apparently, I really haven't watched the anime that much, so I really don't know, but from what I've heard, in Generation 5 of the anime, Jesse and James actually became a little bit more potent and competent, actually, so they actually were a real threat.
Oh, well, that's actually good. I gotta give them credit. They actually have determination.
Yeah, which of course probably got... I recall it being watered down a little bit, however, towards the end of the anime seasons that imitated Generation 5, so I don't know what the fuck the writers were thinking like. But anywho, as we have reached our new town after that fucking tiring recording and trip through fucking Mount Moon, only the first freaking dungeon in the game, God help us all, we have now reached Cerulean City, where our next gym leader awaits, Misty. Oh boy, that fucking Starmie is gonna murder me. But anywho, this is the Birch-Koala crew, pretty much finishing up this episode of Pokemon Yellow, and until next time, this is DoctorJhonReborn.
And I'm Shank02.
And we shall see you next time. Until then, bye bye everyone. See yous later.
See yous.